So you ever go shopping for other people and then you end up buying a bunch of shit for yourself?
He will take care.
I tell myself that I deserve these gifts. I deserve these gifts because of all the things that I'm doing. That's funny because I buy myself a lot of gifts, not buying other gifts from other people as well. Like I told myself that the last box of CDs that I bought, not the one that I just ordered, but the one before that, the one with the outrageous amount of Fleetwood Mac, the outrageous amount of Jefferson Airplane. I told myself, oh well, that's my birthday present, right? Well, this recent box of CDs, where I have an outrageous amount of Can, one of the greatest bands ever. If you haven't already gotten into them, you probably should before this lifetime is over. This album is incredible, man. 1971. '60s, '70s, and '80s. Really good music. Came out of that era. Of course, I'm leaving out the '50s, with which jazz is most prevalent. Okay. I mean, there's good music. It seems like there's good music in every era but this one. Sure, you might have a decent musician or a decent band every once in a while, but that's why I keep saying progress is death, because there's no like distinctive quality about the music of this time, you know? There's no distinctive quality about this era other than shit. You know that show on VH1, like the I Love the 80s or I Love the 90s, you know? There's not gonna be a show that's like, I love the new millennium, because nobody loves the new millennium. Nobody loves it. Everybody fucking hates it, and they pretend that it's fine. There's no authenticity. It just keeps going further and further and further into extinction. And I know that everybody bitches about the era that they live in. I get that. But there was a certain sense of timelessness, I guess, that was existent in other eras, you know? Where like, even though it was definitely that time, there was still like a sense of wonder about it. There's not that sentiment anymore. That does not exist. What I mean by timelessness, I mean like there was some sort of hope. There was hope in earlier time periods, and that doesn't exist now. It's just going straight to hell, and everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. There's no denying that shit. And so for all these people that want to say, oh, but we're going to get out through cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency that's being controlled. It's like all these people that thought that the legalization of marijuana was the solution. This is the problem with doing anything either through the state or doing something that you think is rebellious, something that you think, oh, we're doing this to get out of that. That's probably also controlled. If it wasn't originally controlled, some higher up definitely infiltrated. That's the problem with protest rallies. like I said, there's no hope. That's why you gotta put your hope in God and forget everything else. If you didn't live in this world, if your energy wasn't so fixated on the things of this world, then you wouldn't be so devastated, you wouldn't be so distraught. But I never put my hope and my faith and my energy into this shit world. I knew better than that. Dude, this music is so good. I don't know how you can't feel that energy right now, babies. I feel like I'm at a Holy Roller Church right now, dude. It's incredible. So, I forgot what I was talking about. The material. God's grace versus the material. Yeah, man, people still don't get it. It's so frustrating. I wish I could show them. I wish they watch my channel and understand why my way of life is better. I realize that not many are in the position that I'm in where they can just say fuck it and subtract themselves from the modern world. I mean, honestly, why the fuck not? You could try a little harder, man. This is the problem. It's like the defeatest mindset. Like, you already feel defeated and you haven't even really tried. All these people that keep making excuses for like why they have to keep going along with a path that they know is going to end in disaster. Y'all remind me of all the times that I was drinking and I kept saying, well, I'll quit tomorrow. I'll quit tomorrow. I'll quit next week. I'll quit when I gotta have a liver transplant, you know? It's like you just keep making excuses as to why it's okay to keep self-destructing. You're fucking weak.
Listen, babe.
See, I knew I was gonna kill myself with alcohol. I kept having dreams about going to a 12-step program. That's real bad. If you're fantasizing about that shit, because ain't nobody want to go to a 12-step program. Ain't nobody want to pick up that white chip. I don't even agree with the 12-step program. I mean, there's certain aspects of it that I think are positive, but most of it just trains you in groupthink. They don't want you to be an individual because individuality goes against what the group is trying to do, you know? That's the problem with public school, you know? If you have a whole classroom of dunderheads, then you got Amy Gross who questions their stupid ass reality. That's gonna fuck up their whole system, you know? It's gonna get you sent to the principal's office. And if you don't get sent to the principal's office, you're gonna get yelled at by the teacher. There's no such thing as a teacher without humility. These pieces of shit don't have any humility. They work for the fucking state. Lord. And another rant.
I know you know that story of how they got drowned in the sea one day. Oh yeah. Jesus said, babe.
People need this. They really do. If they repented and went out of their way to change and start living for God, all this other stuff would fall away. And they wouldn't care about all this stuff that they think is so important.
They had a brother named Lennox. One day while
Well, you know,
Jesus was away,
every single time that I attempted to care about the stuff that they told me to care about, I always felt like such an idiot.
that day,
Rightfully so.
brother died.
You are an idiot if you go along with the world in any kind of way. Because you're really doing yourself a disservice more than anything. Because their approval will only last for a minute, and then you just gotta keep going. You gotta keep doing more and more and more of what they want.
She said, Master,
And people are realizing that with this sticky poo. It's made out of poo. Wouldn't surprise me.